Ladies and gentlemen, hustlers of all ages, welcome to the Six Figure Playbook with your host, Alan, the Ace Man Dickie.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Six Figure Playbook podcast. I'm your host, Alan Dickie, aka the Ace Man. I'm in the building and I'm excited about this week's episode. And you want to know what I want to talk about this week, folks? I want to talk about children. Yeah, heard of them? Have any? Been one? Children. And the reason we're talking about children is, ironically enough, we're talking about the first day of school. Literally, as I'm recording this, I've just finished taking my kids. I've got two beautiful daughters. I took them to their first day of school. They're really excited for that. And it's interesting. As I arrived at the school, you know, my children, they're sitting there and they are super excited. They're champing at the bit. They're ready to go. They can't wait. New year, new school. How exciting. New friends, new learning opportunities. They're jacked. And yet, there are some kids that I noticed out there who had parents that they were clinging to and they were bawling and crying, and it wasn't a cool scene. Now, why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing it up because children. Yeah, children can teach all of us a ton of incredibly valuable things that will help us in our careers and in our businesses. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about thinking like a child. You see, when you're starting off, you know, your business, or if you're a sales representative and you're going to be starting out a new approach, an approach to, you know, market and develop a fan base of raving fan advocates that are going to deliver leads and opportunities to you, there is going to be that first step. And it's the first step out into the unknown. We're talking about doing things you're not familiar with, experiencing things you haven't experienced before, meeting new people that you've never met before, a series of new things. Now, isn't it amazing? You know, here I am on the first day of school, and what I couldn't get over, and the reason I had to do this episode, is as we went up to the school, I mean, my kids were just loaded with excitement, like I had just mentioned. However, for a quick moment, I had a parenting moment. Yeah, as a parent, I looked around and I'm like, geez, you know, one of them's going into kindergarten, the other one's going into grade 2. There's hundreds of kids around here. There's a bunch of new people they're going to be meeting. And hey, funny, like all parents, we start to worry, you know, a little bit on behalf of our kids who haven't even thought about anything that we're worrying about. And yet, while this only lasted for about a nanosecond with me, because we know how, as ACE kids, how we roll, how we conduct ourselves, it really made me think. This is the exact same thing as somebody starting off a new initiative to generate more leads and opportunities in their sales career, or somebody starting off a new business. There is a lot of unknown. And so why I'm bringing attention to all of this today is I want to encourage all of you to think like children. You see, my daughters, as they were getting ready for this first day of school, the only thing that they were focusing on was how incredible the new school was going to be, how many amazing new friends they were going to meet, how many new things they were going to learn. They were hyper-focused on all of these amazing aspects of what they were doing today, of this new action, going to school. It's a new school. It's the first day of school. Children, they forget things very quickly, and then this becomes a brand new experience for them all over again. But much like all of you know, the new business owner who's just thought about all these wonderful actions that they can be taking to be successful, you know, in this business, well, there's the time where you need to put the rubber to the road, as they say, and you need to start doing all of these things. Well, this could induce, you know, situations where you're cold calling on prospects, you're having brand new conversations, trying to build relationships, you know, the exact same things that my kids are going to be going through today at school, the exact same things that I have gone through in my entire life to achieve anything of significance. So why am I bringing this up to you? I want to encourage all of you to think like children, not only today, not only this week, not only this year, but for the rest of your lives. Get focused on all of the amazing outcomes that are going to show up by taking these new actions. While it might seem uncomfortable going in and shaking hands and kissing babies in a space, you know, in a market, right, as you build and develop your name and your brand, get focused on the cool people you're going to meet. Get focused on all those amazing opportunities that are going to start popping up and presenting themselves to you because you were willing to go out into this new space and take these new actions. And how do you do these things? I want you to kick it like you were 4 again. That's right. Be a child. I want you to think like a child, folks. As I say, my kids, they went off into school. I was the parent who was hanging around a little bit extra longer. I wanted to see them in class and all this stuff. Why? Well, because I love them. And I guess I'm understanding now that once a parent, always a parent. But the entrepreneur in me, the sales representative in me, okay, the business person in me could not deny that the way children are just focusing on these amazing outcomes. They're not focusing on the homework. They're not focusing on, what if I don't understand that new math lesson or whatever it is. They're not focusing on any of these things. Their glass is forever half full. Everything is going to be awesome. The outcomes are going to be great, and they cannot wait to get started. And that is exactly how all of you need to show up each and every day in your careers. Remember, if you're hanging around too many adults, in my experience, all that I've come to find is the majority of adults have found out rationale and reasonings as to why none of the amazing things that you're looking to accomplish in your life are ever going to happen. Adults are dangerous, folks. In fact, it would be wise for all of you to show up to school today and hang out with all those kids. That would be a little creepy, but you understand what I mean. Folks, think like a child today. Think like a child not only today, but for the rest of your lives and in your career. It will only serve you well. Again, we know that all kinds of different things are going to come at us each and every single day. But you want to know something? Children, they don't get hung up thinking about the negative things that could happen. All the children are focusing on are all the amazing things that can happen. And the wonderful thing as well with children that should be adopted by all of us out here in the marketplace is, man, do they have a short memory for things that didn't work out. Folks, that's my message this week. A very powerful one. I'm telling you. Think like children in your lives and in your careers. It will serve you so incredibly well. As for me, I can't wait to hear about all of the amazing things and opportunities that have been presented to my kids on this very first day of school and see their faces light up while they share them with me. Conversely, I look forward to hearing all of your stories. I look forward to seeing all of your faces light up as you start to experience the same success in your sales careers and in your businesses. Folks, you know where to find me. It's alandickie.com. Tons of info and insight on that website as well on social media. Google me. If you can't find me, it's my fault, not yours. That's our episode this week, folks. Think like children and make it a great week. I'll look forward to seeing you next time on the Six Figure Playbook Podcast.